here we go. Cool. Okay, so talk to you guys about your speech. I've talked to you about using positive language and all sorts of kind of little things to help you sell. We had a success story that was shared earlier with, I believe it was Dan, been using the word tracks and has sold more of our fuel tank additive in 2 weeks or a month than he sold in the previous 18 months. I don't say that for no pats on the back or whatever. The only reason I share it is that I know that we can be successful as a team if we find the right products, find the right path, and find the right pitch to the customer. So some of the stuff that I'm gonna go over with you guys, you ain't never seen, and that's cool. It's fine. If you like it, if you see something that you want, get with Corey. Everything that I share with you guys is available to you very, very soon. None of these items are special order. So let me get started. If you're following along in the guide, you can turn to page 1. I believe it's the first real page. Yeah, it's a table of contents and then a battery electrical system analysis page. So let me share my screen and let's get started. Okay, reason that I begin here and not on the previous page with machines is throughout this guide, I'll give you a couple of little different machine ideas each product, so we don't need to list them out in the open. But I begin with this battery system page because it kind of ties in all the stuff that we're talking about. When your guys are doing multi-point inspections, got to make sure that we're testing batteries. It's the basics. This is what I call blocking and tackling. So we actually have battery testing machines. We have the tape that goes inside of it. So we can be your battery terminal, one-stop shop. With this being said, want to challenge you guys. When the guys are doing a multi-point inspection, if it's paper, make sure they're stapling that receipt, battery test results to the multi-point so we can start selling batteries. If they're videoing or taking pictures, it's a very good picture to show people on the battery that, hey, we're testing your battery, it passed. We tested your battery and it failed, whatever the test results are. Very good visual. With that being said, let's go to the next page, start talking about some product. So the first product that I want to share with you guys is our battery cleaner. Now, this battery cleaner can be bought by itself, or it can be bought with a kit with these pads. Now, the reason that the battery cleaner itself is cool is you can see right next to it that it's also a leak detector. And when I share with people my stories about the battery service, so like I liken it to a bottle of peroxide. If I put peroxide in my hand and I ain't got no cut, if I just dump peroxide in my hand, it don't do nothing, okay? But if I got a cut and it hits it, it pusses up, it foams up. Well, that's how our battery cleaner is cool and why it's cool too. Not only does it clean, like you could squirt the battery cleaner on a table and wipe it off and the table would be clean. But what's cool about our battery cleaner is when it hits acid, it foams up. And that's a different cleaning process. But what's cool about that is what I suggest is we clean the whole battery, okay, with our cleaner. And then it could find some little pinhole leaks that are in the battery itself. And you might be able to sell a new battery instead of just a battery service and help a customer to not have a breakdown later. So let's talk again about more of a strategy to this. Now, these battery services can be sold on the drive if you guys are popping hoods during your walk around. And I know it gets super cold and I damn sure know it gets windy as a mug up there. But like if you do a hood pop, and this is one of the only services of mine that I like you to present to the customer on the drive, okay? You see corrosion, you can say, hey, we can get that cleaned up with our battery cleaner. And we'll install some terminal protectors that'll stop the corrosion from coming back quickly. We have terminal protectors that go on the top side post and on side posts, as you can see here. One of them is a square, the other are circles, so your guys and gals know the difference. We sell these in rings of 2 packs and in a sleeve of 30. And we also sell these in a little more bulk in sets of 100. I'm going to bring this up a lot during this presentation. Make sure, here, I'll take it off share real quick. Make sure that everybody is aware that so much of our stuff comes in different sizes. Here's a couple reasons why. One, say you ain't got a lot of space. So you ain't got to buy a big keg of something. You can just buy a bottle. Say you're trying to save some money. Kegs of stuff are cheaper than bottles of stuff. We got stuff in different sizes as well. You can reach out to Corey and get prices on any of these things. Let me go back to my screen. Again, we have the paper, the replacement paper for the battery tester, and we have cables. You know, sometimes things gets pulled or kicked on that. One more tip about battery services, as you can see with these pictures at the bottom, this before and after. One extra thing that I like to do on this after is I like to hit it with like some battery protectant. Like my favorite battery protectant is CRC. It's a cool product. It sprays on and it turns red. It's just a really good visual to the customer to know that they got a service done. But that's also the reason, another cool reason for these terminal protectors is that visual. Now, one more thing with that, and I know you guys aren't technicians, but I do want to just share these tips with you because I may never get to speak to your technicians. One of the things to do with the battery kit is once you sell it, the next time they come in, instead of selling them the battery service again, just spritz those little foam pads with some brake cleaner. It kind of brings them back to life and it'll go one more oil change. Then you can redo that battery service again. A lot of my stuff is about the program. See, with all of my programs, I don't like hitting customers every single time with a service. There's really only one service, and I'll get to that in a minute, that I want to sell each and every time a customer comes in. But I want to try to give them a program. So instead of selling them a battery service, you know, every 6 months, hit it with the little brake cleaner, and you can extend that another 6 months, the life of those pads. Any questions about the battery products themselves? Anybody got anything? All right, moving along. Next page, brake fluid. Our brake fluid exchanger that's pictured here is a brake fluid machine that does all 4 wheels at one sitting. So the machine sits there, you hook up to every wheel, crack the caliper, and you begin to do your fluid exchange. Reason I bring this up, we also have a machine called a pure basic machine, which only hooks up to 1 wheel at a time. The bladder system in the machine is a little different. So stylistically, depends on which one you want. The 1 wheel machine is pressurized. So on some high pressure brake systems, sometimes you have to adjust that pressure. So there are 1 wheel machines available. If you need a different brake machine need, obviously reach out to Corey. The other thing with the machine that I want to share with you guys, again, a complete service takes less than 15 minutes. So it's very quick lane friendly. And this is a 100% fluid exchange. We do not shortcut the customer in any capacity. This is brake fluid, new brake fluid coming out of each caliper, tighten the caliper, then refilling the master cylinder. 100% brake fluid exchange and very quick lane friendly. If you're not doing services with your quick lane guys, we need to get some machine training. There's some QR codes. There's some videos. We got to get it because that's where all the cars are. Now let's talk about some more brake stuff. Okay, we got I'm going to skip to the middle here first. We got .3 brake fluid, and we have it in 2 sizes. 32 ounce, 53 ounce. Now for my trucks and SUVs, you're definitely going to want that 53 ounce bottle. Most cars, you can do a complete fluid exchange with 32 ounce bottles. So that's up to you. .4 brake fluid, same sizes, 32 ounce, 53 ounce. Then we have .5 brake fluid. If you are in need of that, what we call our .5.1. As you can see, the boiling points for these each come up. And remember, you always, if you bought .5 brake fluid, you could use .5 and .3, but remember, and I know y'all know this, you can't use .3 brake fluid in a .5 vehicle. That messes it up. We also have an Ultra .4 low viscosity formula. What I've been told is on some of the newer Fords, it takes an LV brake fluid. So we have that as well. Now, part of this speech I'm gonna say it over and over again. Our fluids come with a warranty. I'm gonna cover the warranty in a minute, but they come with a warranty that your fluids don't come with. Mopar doesn't have a warranty. If you do a diff service using Mopar fluid, it's a great service for the car, but the customer doesn't get a warranty exchange or a warranty with that fluid exchange. If they use mine, it does. I want to say this to you straight up to your face. I am not saying that my fluid is better than your fluid. I ain't doing the Pepsi challenge and going up against Mopar's fluid. What I can share with you is our fluid meets or exceeds all OEM standards, saves you money, and gives you a warranty coverage. That's why you should use my stuff. I also know, if either of you are in parts, that you got parts loyalty stuff that you got to dance around. And I appreciate that. But trust me, we can come up with a program that works for everybody and pass along this valuable warranty, which we'll cover later, to the customer. Let me go back to my screen. Now, we also have some other brake products that you guys ain't using. When you do a brake job, your guys can use our quiet brake solution. And what this does is it goes on as a gel, and there's this little foam pad that you can use that rubs on to the brake pad itself. And what it does is it simply smooths and fills in any irregularities or pits in that brake pad. And once you resurface those rotors, you are going to maximize your stopping distance, and it keeps your brakes from squeaking. So if you're ever using a knockoff brake pad, very cool to use this product because it's not going to squeak. Now, I do a handshake agreement with my customers. You can work this out with Corey if he wants to do it with you. And what I mean is, if you use my quiet brake on a brake pad and within a year it comes back squeaking, I'll pay the technician $100 to reapply it, because I stand that much behind our products. Now, that's not a warranty, that's an agreement. But if you rub this solution on your brake pads, they ain't gonna come back squeaking. Now, with that being said, we also have things like this. We have brake caliper grease. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because you can just shop supply it, right? Well, what I found is if we book this out as a part on the ticket, then it doesn't affect our money that goes towards shop supplies. So passing this expense along to the customer is just it's an added way to make money. And these two items can come in a kit, or you can buy them separately. So brake job stuff. Got any questions, comments, concerns about anything that we've covered with brake job or brake fluid?
Both of your systems will exchange 100% of the fluid, correct? Not just this pure brake one. This other basic unit will.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. The pure brake machine was let's see, how can I put this legally? There's a brake machine that Mercedes uses, and we made a machine like theirs to do what that machine does. So the patents are out now, they've expired. So it's our Mercedes brake machine, because again, some of their stuff is pressure regulated. But yes, it does a 100% fluid exchange, but just one tire at a time. And how about the brake job? Silent brakes. Y'all have brake squeal up there? You got any brake concerns? You think this might help?
I don't know about the Jeeps.
I had a question on the warranty for the previous product.
Yes.
100,000 miles. What about all these customers that we have that are fixing all these older vehicles? They're starting out at 50 or 120,000 miles.
Yeah.
Is there like warranty extension for you, that kind of stuff?
Okay. So I normally cover this last, but we'll cover it first with the warranty. Through Moc, going through the corporate office to do warranty claims, no, there is no extension of the warranty. However, Corey and his team, if you want to talk to them about tailor making a package and plan for them, yeah, that's what I do with my customers. And again, Corey, I can talk to you offline about my program and how I do it. But for instance, I have an area that's very industrial, and people work a lot and keep their trucks a long time, 150, 200, 250,000 miles. And what I've done is I've adjusted our plan to begin before 200,000 miles, that you can still get my coverage. And I've customized it. I've increased prices of brake fluid by $4 a bottle, and extended the top of that coverage to $200,000. I've monkeyed with what parts are in my used car warranty and tailor made it to different mileage intervals. So for instance, like I sell and again, Corey has full ability to do anything he wants to do. What I'm sharing with you is what I do in my territory. So like a used car kit for me is $75 to the customer, and it does not include gear oil. But at like my Dodge stores, they want to have gear oil coverage too, because that it just was simple fact. So I can sell you a bottle, just 1 quart of gear oil, and I add $15 to the used car kit, and it normally would cover 6 components. But if you want it to cover diff, we'll sell you a bottle of gear oil, you can put that on the ticket too. And now the customer gets coverage on 7 elements. Now, none of that is ran through Moc. It's all Moc Central. My territory is Colorado to Memphis South. So I tailor make my warranties to fit your coverage. And if you want to do that with Corey and be a part of a conversation, my answer is hell yeah, let's do it. And that ain't no shit, because it's good for the customer. It's good for us because we sell more product, and it's good for you because you can offer something that's special in your market. So my answer to you is through Moc Corporate, no, but through us, yeah, we can do something. All right. Any break stuff? Any questions? Next, coolant. All right, we got a couple of different coolant machines. This one is our inline coolant machine. You can do a cold flush using these adapters that you see at the top, these white ones and the little colorful ones. The red hose goes to the radiator, the black goes to the block. Does a very good job. I would say around 80% of the old coolant is removed. And if you scroll down to page 6, we have single pump machines with color-coded tanks, so you can do different coolants if you have a long life coolant or not. We have color-coded tanks for transmission as well. I greatly recommend you doing that so we don't cross-pollinate stuff. And we have air coolant that hooks up to shop air, creates a vacuum. This machine gets about 60% of the coolant. It's not as good. I'll go over a product with you in a minute for a drain and fill kit as well, but you do have some options with your machines for coolant. Now, let's go over some of these products. First one is my 1041. It's a little 8-ounce bottle of cooling system sealer. Now, this is not a part of all my coolant kits because some of these radiators don't like putting sealers in them. They can get clogged up really, really easily. So this is more of an older school product, and I'm going to say that a couple of times. Moc has been around since 1954. This cooling system sealer is a product from the 60s. So when you had an old radiator leak, you put in some system sealer, hoping that it would alleviate the leak. We don't do a ton of this anymore, but what I like to use this product in a shop now is I like to sell you a case, and it comes in a case of 24, and you just give each technician one of these, and if they see a leak that they think can be fixed with a sealer, that you can use it. I tend not to sell this as a service, but you can do what you feel. Next, cooling system fast flush. This is bottle 1091. Super cool product. This is in a few of our kits. Where this one is used is you put this into the old coolant, let the vehicle run for about 8 minutes or so, then you hook the machines up or any of your machines and do your fluid exchange. Man, this really does descale a cooling system a bunch. I've seen, and they're on YouTube. There are some cool videos of a camera inside of a radiator and hose, and you can just see that stuff flaking off. I share this with you because, like, we do have drain and fill kits that we can do on the quick lane, but like in main shop, if you're doing the best coolant exchange that you can do for your customer, don't shortchange them, man. Put this cooling system fast flush in, run the vehicle, and get that descaling out. It really helps that cooling system last longer. Next product, cooling system treatment. Now this bottle, 1111, it's 8 ounces. Everything that makes antifreeze is inside cooling treatment. So this is just an enhanced corrosion and rust inhibitor. Lubricates, water pump services, really cool. This is a part of most of our kits. So you would put this in with the new coolant. My favorite one of our coolant products is the next one, Cool Off 1421. This is in all of our kits that are warrantyable, that come with our warranty. And again, I'll go over the warranty a little later. Cool Off is a water wetter. And if you don't know much about water wetters, it's the it uses technology that NASCAR engines use for, you know, engines that generate a lot of heat. What a water wetter does is it helps dissipate heat evenly throughout the engine. We have taken infrared pictures of heads, and like when you take a picture of a head, infrared picture, and it's cold, the engine's cold, it's just black. And then as it gets hot, it turns gray, then it turns red, then it turns pink. And then when it gets really, really super hot, these little white hot spots start coming up everywhere. Those white hot spots are what blows out like thermostats and head gaskets and stuff like that. But when you use our Cool Off and you do it, it never gets white. No matter how hard you run the engine, you are just supremely unlikely to have a catastrophic failure due to coolant failure if you use my Cool Off. It is the best product we have. You can buy it as a standalone and just do coolant additive, or you can use it in a coolant service to get the warranty coupled with another product. Best cooling product that we have. Let me go back. Last one is our cooling system multi-treatment. This is just the newer version of our older cooling system treatment. This is, again, for those little peculiar radiators. So the newer models that, you know, have very small radiators, this is formulated for those. This 1431 is sold individually, and it's sold in kits with Cool Off, and that's how you get the warranty. Always want to remind my customers, remember, you are using your coolant and my additives. Any questions about coolant products? Good.
What's the part number for that drain and fill kit, Mitch?
Oh, yeah. Drain and fill kit 5871 is my drain and fill kit. Okay, so it's going to come only with our system treatment and our Cool Off. It's a 2-part kit. You don't run any cleaner through the engine. And the reason that it's my quick lane kit is you can simply take off the lower radiator hose, drain the coolant that's in the radiator and the hose, put the hose back on, put my 2 products in, top it off with coolant on the quick lane, and the customer gets my warranty. And it's a service that normally takes a guy like 7 or 8 minutes to do, because you just get a ratchet and do it. And it's a good service to charge, like, you know, a half hour on your quick lane to boost your stuff. So it's a service that you can do on your quick lane without a machine, without slowing your people down, make some money, and get a warranty. 5871, badass kit. Any other questions, comments, concerns? All right, let's go back to screen. Next page. Got our diesel injection machine. Now, man, this is again an old school machine. You run this machine with diesel fuel and cleaners. This is a machine that was formulated after a Bilstein machine from the 80s. Again, a very old school diesel method. If you have technicians that want to do it the way that their dad did it or the way they did it 30 years ago, we do have a machine for that. But on the next page is what I want to talk to you about more. The next page, the first product is our diesel fuel conditioner. Now, this is formulated to be used in all diesel systems. I say that because sometimes they change. We stay on top of those changes that you can put our diesel fuel conditioner into anything. Again, it's going to add lubricity to the diesel fuel itself to help with injector wear and fuel pump concerns. But the way to make some money is these next two products. I prefer the two 32-ounce bottles. Seen a lot of results with these. They can be kitted together or sold separately. What Diesel Purge does is when you're changing the fuel filter, you can just dump this product directly into the fuel filter itself, spin it on, and go about your business. It is going to clean components very well. It helps with reducing exhaust emissions. And then you top the fuel off with our advanced diesel treatment. This goes directly into the engine. Now, this contains cetane. Now, let me take it off share for a minute. Cool part about this, dudes. I have been there when, the men hook up to the engine and do all the diagnostics and show what our products do. And when you use our 32-ounce bottle of diesel additive with that Diesel Purge, and they measure the turbo boost amount, there's a little figure, there's a number that comes up of how well it's working. I have seen a 30% jump in turbo boost after using these products. Your diesel engine will run better if you do this service. It's just flat ass true. And it comes with a warranty. And with our diesel products, when I speak about the warranty, I often like to give a customer an example of what the average repair is on a diesel engine and share with them, look, man, the average repair, is $6,200. And I'm just making that number up. If you do this service, you get $4,000 of coverage. Now, I will share with you guys this. When I go over the fuel warranty, the small bottles carry a $4,000 and a $2,000 warranty. I up my customers to a $6,000 warranty if they move to that big bottle. But again, that's an agreement with just me and not my corporate. But that's something that you guys can think about as well. All right. Next, we got diesel Egr cleaners as well. You can use our product. This is a liquid to do diesel Egr cleanings. In a minute, I'll show you another product called Optimizer that you can use in a different capacity. We have adapters and tools that help you do an Egr cleaning on specific vehicles. I know we have them for Dodge, so we can do an Egr cleaning. You can take the Egr valve itself out and clean it, or you can replace it with new ones. But a lot of people are missing the boat on diesel customers. We're just not offering them enough options. So before we move on to oil, do you have any diesel fuel questions? Nope. Okay. Next. All right. We have machines to do. Oh, this diff is next. Very simple machine to use with green and red. Green puts fluid in. Red sucks fluid out. Very basic. But gear oil itself, let me stop here for a second. All right, so I shared with you guys that one of the services that you can sell of mine on the drive is a battery service. If you're a hood popper, take a look, you see corrosion, sell it. The other service that I really like selling on the drive of mine is gear oil. When I see a vehicle is being used to tow, when I see that a vehicle is being used for payload, or as my dad used to say, if a truck is being used like a truck, then you ought to bump gear oil up in your speech. Also, if you are dealing with someone who fishes and launches their boat with their truck, you really ought to put the gear oil on top of mind because that can cause a lot of concerns with leaks. Now, spiffing on gear oil sometimes gets tricky, because if we put incentives on per bottle or per keg, sometimes systems need 3 quarts, sometimes they need 2, sometimes you got a 4-wheel drive. So what you can do is if the vehicle takes extreme pressure lube or limited slip additive, and you can put limited slip additive even in rear ends that don't need limited slip additive. It's very similar to the .5.4.3 thing. I like putting the incentive on this little bottle and billing one of those out with every kit. It's very easy to track. So we have extreme pressure lube for the vehicles that need that. We have limited slip additive for items that need that. We have just about every gear oil you're ever going to need. My favorite one is our most versatile one, 1481. It's 75-140, fully synthetic. Man, it is great gear oil. You can get it without limited slip, which is this, or what we call Gear Guard Plus. If you go down to the bottom, 4281 is that same fluid, except it has limited slip additive in it. And while it doesn't say it, we have these gear oils in bottles, kegs, and barrels. Obviously, the more you purchase, the cheaper it is per ounce. It just depends on how you want to do business. So 1481 is 75-140, 4141 is 75-90. We have Ultra Shift for manual transmissions and transaxles. And again, we have our 75-90 that comes with a limited slip and without. So sometimes I got to kill the elephant in the room, especially with my Dodge customers. A lot of you you're kind of bound to Mopar. There are parts obsolescence programs. There's a lot of things to go with it. I really encourage you to take a look at Corey's gear oil. The reason, if you do a service with Mopar, the customer just doesn't get additional coverage. So as they segue from Dodge's warranty to yours or our warranty, you ought to really, really, really think about using our gear oil. Now, when you do, and I say this with transmission as well, when we save you a little money, you ain't got to pass that savings along to the customer. And what I mean is, if my gear oil saves you $12 per service, don't lower your price that you've been selling it by $12. Just make $12 extra and split it up however you feel. But my fluids are going to save you money, which in change makes you money. A penny saved is a penny earned, and give your customer valuable warranty coverage. Don't forget gear oil, very important. Any questions about gear oil before we move on? All right. Next, we have oil changing machines and products for sludge in engines. Again, this is not my favorite machine because I feel that I have a little better plan later, but we do have this if you're an old school guy. And we have an engine flush kit. That's this 3121 that dissolves sludge and removes debris that's found in the engine. But to me, we're kind of past that with most of our engines. So let me go over a couple of these products. First, Motor Oil Conditioner. If you ever really wondered what does MOC stand for, this is what it stands for, MOC, Motor Oil Conditioner. This was the first product that we launched in 1954. This reduces friction and premature wear on the engine, and it's what we used to put into vehicles at the beginning of their term when they're breaking in the engine. But we don't really have that anymore. So what we've done is we've formulated some newer products. One of them is called Premium Engine Treatment. Now this 11-ounce bottle goes directly into the new oil change. It reduces sludge and varnish, it's a friction modifier. With it though, we have a new one, Advanced Engine Treatment, that has a larger warranty, and we'll cover that in a minute, and it's formulated for our direct inject engines. Super cool products. With that being said, the second part of that oil change package of Engine Advantage plan is Multi-Clean Max. What Multi-Clean Max does for direct inject engines, when a customer comes in for oil change, you put in the Multi-Clean Max, you let the vehicle run for 8 to 10 minutes, then you do the oil change, then you top it off with Advanced Engine Treatment. And when you do so, the customer gets a $6,000 warranty on their engine. But we'll go over that in a minute. Super cool stuff. Multi-Clean Max, got to have it on the shelf. It definitely helps. If you're going to keep your engine a long time, do it. Now, what's cool about that little statement is we have ran an engine for 1 million miles in California using our premium engine treatment. Fellas, if you got a customer who's going to drive the car until the wheels fall off, then you say, hey, let's put in this oil additive so your engine will make it as long as your doors do. If one of your customers is going to keep their vehicle, starting these oil additives early is the best bet. We have diesel engine treatment as well when you're doing an oil change for a diesel service. We have engine oil supplements. Again, this was mostly for our break-in and startup. It's not a program that we use a ton. And then finally, this engine flush solution, where you drain the oil, then you put our gallon of engine flush solution in the engine, let it run for 10 or 12 minutes, drain it, and then put your oil change in. And when I like doing this one is when I'm about to send a car to auction and I want it to be idle and smooth. You run this in, it's very helpful. Now, with your engines, your people that keep their vehicle a long time, if they've abused it and they're having oil consumption problems, before you do total engine teardowns, I encourage you to use this as a fix. It really can help with oil consumption concerns. So if you have some of that, you can use this before you do a big teardown, offer this to the customer as a way to do it. Now, when we start talking about the warranty, I tie it to this page because we ought to offer some oil additive with every single oil change. One, it's good for the car. But two, what it begins to do is it begins to train customers that if they do service work at Liberty, that they get something else, that it's not just what's in it for the car, but what's in it for them. And if we condition the customers to want that warranty, when we pitch it to them later on other items, they're more likely to buy it. So oil additives, oil packages, questions, comments, concerns. Y'all got anything? You good? All right.
Pretty much.
Next page. Next page, we got our EDR3 module and machine. And next month, you should have at your disposal the newest model, EDR4. What this is cool is this machine and tool, if you have the tool version, actually the vehicle's electronic control through the OBD2 port. And what this helps is it helps where we don't put too much chemical in to like burn up a cat. This is pretty much idiot proof. It is slightly time consuming. Most of our services can be done in 20 minutes or less. Most of them are very quick lane friendly. This isn't really a quick lane friendly device. I still like to do this in main shop to not slow the process down. We have chemicals that can be used at this machine that are my favorite. On the next page, you will see dissolve, restore, and enhance. Enhance is our tank additive that's formulated for direct inject engines. Dissolve and restore actually go into this machine and clean out the carbon deposits. The reason I bring up enhance, our fuel program needs to include just offering a standalone fuel additive. Here's why. Our fuel warranty lasts 15,000 miles. And if we're only offering this big service every 20K or every 30K, the warranty is going to lapse. So in between those services, I just want to offer a tank additive so the customer can get maximum amount of coverage and not pay a maximum amount of outlay paying for it. So first tank additive, this is for, again, our older non-direct engines. It's called 1271, cleans injectors like a whistle, very cool. But I want to make you see on page 14, liquid optimizer and optimizer. These are also two products that work with that machine. Now, these two products are the first two products that I'm going to talk to you about that are not made in our factory in California. Reason that I bring that up, we have great quality control. We do as a company. We video every bottle being made. So if we have any questions or concerns or someone that comes back with an issue, we can get that batch number and go directly to the video to where it's being mixed, everything. And we do that. Almost all of our products are made in a factory in California. These next two are the optimizers are made in Baltimore. Now, these two products still very good quality control, but I just want to be open and honest with you. Most of our stuff comes from here. These two products do not. Now, liquid or the foaming optimizer. I love giving a can to each technician as a shop supply. You will not find a better cleaner to get gunk and goo off of stuff. I have seen a guy cut off the top of a Coke can, fill up the Coke can with our foaming optimizer, drop an EGR valve in it, come back 10 minutes later and pick it up, and it's like milk chocolate melting off that EGR. You ain't gonna find a better cleaner. Now, you can use it in a service. Like you can introduce it through a little Y tool, and you can go into multiple vacuum lines if adjusted. You can introduce it through the throttle body as well. It's a hell of an induction cleaner, but I don't only sell it, as a customer thing, because it's such a good chemical. You ought to use it for a cleaner in the shop. So let me go back to my screen. We have that product in foam as well as liquid optimizer. So again, we have some before and after pictures, as you can see. Reason I bring it up during this portion, are y'all offering fuel system services using any pictures right now at all?
No.
Anybody? You doing that? We have some little flyers that show the benefits of a fuel system service and some cool before and after pictures. It's visual. A lot of the stuff we offer, that my company offers, the customer can't see. Like you don't look in your coolant. Nobody looks at that. You don't look at your oil very often unless it's draining on the ground, which is bad. But sometimes showing pictures really means a lot to a customer. So we have some point of sale materials and some brochures that show some cool before and after borescope pictures. It might help you guys sell some product. Let me go back. Next page. This is our page that shows our deluxe cat tool, our cleaner application tools. They come in single and doubles. I love using the doubles on our diesel products. Very cool stuff to use. Again, it's all pressurized. So your fuel system service, whatever fuel pressure it needs to run, it can. We actually disable the fuel pump on many of our systems, and the vehicle actually runs on a 100% concentration of cleaner. So our fuel products are really, really good. Now, let's talk about a couple of others that I want to highlight. If you turn to page 16, this product in the top right-hand corner, man, I have kicked butt with this week. I'm a throwback political guy, okay? I've been into politics a long time, but Uncle Joe Biden did something the other day that it made me a little nervous. Gas prices are extremely high, I get it, but he released the oil and gas companies to use the fuel that we normally use in the summer for the rest of the year. And that fuel has a higher ethanol content. There's a lot of environmental stuff that I'm not going to get into here nor there, but a lot of that pollution stays in the vehicle. And using higher ethanol gas is going to create a lot of problems for your customers. I have landed our eShield products at about 6 stores this week. We ought to get this on the shelf immediately if it's not, and start offering it every time someone comes in as a treatment to their fuel system service for using what really isn't the best gas for their vehicle. So that's one opportunity. If y'all don't have that on the shelf, you ought to get some from Corey. That's a good idea. The product that I guess I'm most proud of on this, they're side by side, which is Fuel Injector Flush and Double Clean. Again, we have bunches of kits that have one product and not the other. But our fuel injector flush has been around a while, and it still really, really works on cleaning fuel injectors. It's one of our building block chemicals. It cleans injectors like a whistle. Double Clean is a product that we offer that you can use as a fuel injector cleaner or as an induction. So it's versatile, hence the word double clean. It can clean both ways. We talked to you about the fuel system flush already. Another one in y'all's area that I want to bring to your attention is this premium fuel guard. This removes water from the fuel system. If you have any of your customers that have to keep their truck outside, they're much more likely to get water in the system. You ought to offer that to any non-garage customers. We have, oh, let me go back to sharing my screen. At the bottom of that page, we have throttle body cleaner, intake cleaner, mass airflow scent cleaner. And at the bottom, this 10881. We actually have our fuel injector flush that's 1121 from above. We actually have it in an aerosol. Sometimes vehicles, the ports to get into are very difficult to get into, but you can with other little adapters. So we create this in an aerosol form as well. What questions do you guys have about fuel offerings? We also have a hybrid fuel kit. Bottles are a little smaller, formulated a little bit differently for your hybrid engines. They all come with the same warranty. Any questions? What do y'all think about the diesel products? You think we can pitch some of those, sell some, make some money?
Yeah.
What do y'all think? So are y'all doing diesel services now much?
Not too much, but enough that when they need them, I mean, for the most part, it's just based on the consumer's use.
Yeah, cool. The more they idle, the more they need the service. My dad used to talk about, because he was a diesel mechanic forever, you know, like stretching the legs of your diesel, like getting on it, you know, getting it, acceleration, getting up to 80, 85 miles an hour helps. But not a lot of people drive their vehicles like that anymore. So we got to watch out. The customer usage is a great idea on talking to them, letting them know, or letting them tell you what they use their truck for and attacking the problems associated. All right, next page, power steering. Now this is our old school power steering machine. This for hydraulic usage. Very, again, simple, like our diff service. Green puts fluid in, red gets fluid out. Very quick lane friendly service. We have power steering fluid conditioner that helps with the chatter and the noise, the harmonic balance that causes when pressure's on the unit. It helps subside that. And we have fluids for just about every vehicle you need. Now, I do want to bring to your attention that 01561 Service Solution Red is the exact same product as 1231, except we put red dye in this, because sometimes you just want it to match. But these two products are the exact same. We also have, as you can see, 6121 comes in that 64 ounce, so you can get a complete fluid exchange. This is for my BMWs, my European vehicles. My favorite product in all of this is next, 6181. This is our tech grade power steering service. And what this does is we change the formulation a little bit to encompass what is needed for Hondas and Acuras. So it's a little better grade than our 1221 solution. So if you're using product 2161, it has our older model of power steering fluid. I suggest for 10 cents more, you switch to our tech grade and go with the product 3771. That's the kit that has our tech grade along with our power steering conditioner. And then finally, for some products or for some lines that actually have electronic power steering units that still have some fluid in it, we have that as well. This product 6172 comes in a 32 ounce bottle, and this will enable a customer that has that particular power steering unit to get warranty coverage on that. We got a little toolbox machine that's pretty easy to use, as well as this blue standalone machine. I'll take it off a share. What kind of questions y'all got about power steering? Anything? You good? Next. Yes?
So
Okay.
your electric power steering fluid.
Yes.
So if we put that in somebody's car and then the check engine light comes on, it doesn't kick in until 60 days or 750 miles after.
Yeah, gonna be the same coverage. Now, again, this is region by region. So you gotta talk to Corey about this part. But what I do with my customers, and it normally the occurrence that happens the most often is fuel. Like if you ingest too much of fuel chemical into a vehicle, you can burn up a cat. And when you do that, it's not a warranty on your cat. It's a goodwill. So if my stuff breaks your car, I'm gonna stand behind my product. Now, again, you can speak to Corey about the specifics of how you would handle that, but that would not be handled through Moc in California. That would be through Corey and your local people. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
All right, next. ATF. All right, man. ATF's cool. Manufacturers make it harder and harder to do a transmission fluid exchange, man. And if y'all walk the shops at all, you know it. Sealed systems, closed systems, man, there's all kinds of stuff with transmission. So what our machine is smart enough to do, and that's why we call it smart tech, man, we got a bunch of different ways to do trans services. Old school way, tied to the system. The red one goes, the black one hooks up to the old fluid and puts it into the used tank. The red one pushes out fluid and puts it in the new. Our transmission machine goes ounce for ounce. So we can't underfill or overfill. But if you happen to do that, if you look really closely on the machine, there are different buttons, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and it's going to give you little codes on the top. You can actually dead man switch things and add more fluid if you need to or what have you. But you can do this service through dipsticks, if a dipstick's available. You can do it through the side pressure points on each side of the transmission. There are a bunch of different ways to tie into the system. I urge you to look on YouTube. There's some very good videos that we've put on transmission fluid exchanges, and mocproducts.com shows some cool videos about this as well. Now, with my transmission, I'm gonna go over the warranty in a minute, but to get the full warranty, the customer has to, or you have to use the product and the fluid, or if you only use one of those, the warranty is reduced by 50%. So just be thinking about that in a minute when we speak about it. Let me talk about the fluids first. Our fluids, again, are meet or exceed OEM specs. Our most popular fluid is our multi-vehicle synthetic ATF 411, and it comes in 1 gallon jugs, 3 gallon jugs, and 55-gallon jugs, kegs or barrels. We have CVT fluid and CVT fluid conditioner. We have LV, low viscosity fluid. We have HP synthetic ATF fluid. We have DCT fluid. So it depends on the transmission. We have compatibility charts to make sure that your guys are using the proper fluid. All of these products come with a warranty. I'll go over that again in a minute, but I do want to share with you something when you're speaking about our transmission warranty. I do not like to use the word coverage, warranty coverage, when speaking about our transmission fluid, because $2,000 or $4,000, depending on their tier, is not going to cover the cost to replace a transmission. So I do like to use the word assistance. It's going to assist in replacing that transmission, because unless you're much different than most of my dealerships, we are not repairing transmissions anymore. We're normally replacing them. But let me go back to the screen. So we have ATF conditioners and supplements. If you use that with the fluids, you get the complete warranty. And again, if you got any transmission fluid needs and you got a question on what fluid covers what, that may not be on my compatibility chart, if you reach out to Corey or reach out to me, I'll get an answer on you can use this fluid or you can use that. Any questions about transmission fluid or products? All right, next. Go back to my screen. All right, let's talk about something that's ignored all the time. AC problems, deodorizers. What kind of deodorizers do you guys use right now? What do you offer to your customers currently?
Mopar and Moc.
Sweet. So talk to me, which Moc one do you use?
I don't know, we're gonna find out today. But
All right.
They use they have the Fermigon fogger and the
Cool.
evaporative core cleaner.
Awesome.
Like our Mopar one, we just pull out the cabin filter, spray it in while the blower motor's going, and just let that can go. Now they got a new one where we can press it, close the doors, and let it suck and go.
Yep.
So is that
So
yours? Okay.
cool. All right. So we got all of that. But I want to just straight up talk to you about deodorizers in general and what I found recently to be a really cool thing to do for customer satisfaction. First, we have deodorizers like Odor Be Gone that you already have that can wand in. We got it in a fogger. We have stuff that you can just spritz, just psh, psh, psh. We have it in cherry and strawberry and pina colada. Reason that I bring it up, for some of my stores that really want to, boost customer satisfaction, we actually have cards that the customer fills out when they're finished with the write-up that says what scent they want sprayed in their car at the end. And you can buy the stuff from Corey in a gallon jug. It'll last you months and months, but it just makes people happy when they get in their car and it smells good. So often we're offering these AC services that I'll go through in a minute only when something smells bad. I don't want to pitch shit like that. I want to pitch it when we do a cabin air filter. I want to offer some sort of air freshener or deodorizer to every single customer that comes in. With that being said, do you guys offer scented cabin air filters?
No.
Yeah, why not? One of the coolest things from yesterday was a manager at a store that does, again, like 1,500 services a month. He said, I can't believe the one thing that you brought up that everybody's so damn happy about. I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, we're putting those Wonder Wafers on every used car. And my used car manager is tickled pink. And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, well, each time we put a cabin or each time we have a used car, we replace the engine air filter and the cabin air filter, every car. And he said, when we're doing the cabin air filter, we put on a Wonder Wafer. And when the cars go up front, the salespeople keep talking to their managers, hey, I like how the car smells. And like with Wonder Wafers, they have like 24 different, I always want to call them flavors, but it's 24 different scents. It's got lemon and vanilla, and you can mix and match them and stuff. And it's just something to where people know, damn, they're taking care of this car. Very, very cool stuff. Let me go back to my screen. We ought to get into deodorizers and air fresheners on quick lane customers and offer them stuff. But let's go over some AC products. First, we got a product that you can put directly into the AC unit that makes it run quieter. The one that I want to highlight is AC Quiet Max, because it's the one that you would use for the R134A and the 1234 YF. For noisy stuff. It also helps with icing. I bring that up just because y'all live in a cold environment, and if people are running their AC, in different times, it might have some issues and concerns. You can use this product. This next one though, dog, this is how to make some money. I love this product, Arctic Blast. Arctic Blast is a solution that's injected into the low pressure side of the AC unit. It is proven to lower vent temperatures on average by 4 degrees. I'm sitting in a hotel right now, and if you don't think 4 degrees is a lot, and I know y'all live up north, but it still gets hot in the summer. If you don't think 4 degrees is a lot, when I got to the hotel, it was on 72. The very first thing I did was come in and kick it down to 68. That 4 degrees really does mean a lot. This service takes 45 seconds to administer. There's just these you screw off the low pressure side where that little valve is. You take off the little plastic part, you put on our adapter, you squeeze it in. The effects begin in 45 seconds. What's cool is almost all of my stores are charging between 6/10 and 8/10 for that. And the guys and gals in the shop love it because it's a big ass money maker. Again, it takes 45 seconds to do. The effects of it last forever, so long as the AC unit is not compromised in any way. So what I do, now this is not a Moc warranty, this is a Mitch warranty. But if you want to deal with Corey on this, y'all can talk offline. What I like doing is I like offering that Arctic Blast with our AC evaporator core service, which goes through the drain tube, fills up, kind of like you said, you just shoot the cleaner in or whatever when you do a cabin air filter replacement. This is a product that you could do similar things with. When my customers do evaporator core service with Arctic Blast, I give them a 30,000 mile warranty on their compressor. And to continue the warranty, they just need to do the evaporator core service every 30K subsequently. So it's a way to pass on a warranty coverage with that as well. And Arctic Blast is in our pre-owned kits, a couple of them, and it gives the customer a warranty on their compressor when they purchase a vehicle. So what do y'all think about the AC products? Which one do you think we could use to sell and make some money?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Question:
Yes.
Have you guys actually used the Arctic Blast before?
Oh heavens, yes. Yeah. I'm in Arctic Blast heaven right now. I'm in Central Texas. The Cavender group uses it a bunch. The Garf stores in Utah use it a ton.
So the question I have is does it have different connectors? Because the 134.
Yeah, it absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah. Because it won't work without the right little screwy thing. Yes, sir. Absolutely. We would have to give y'all two, we'd have to give you two sets, one for older cars and one for newer.
Right, and that's what I was wondering, is like, how does this one do both of those when they're different couplers, unless either it's
there's
two
a
different
specific.
Okay.
1234.
Good question. Man, somebody has a hyped up car or something outside. What else? Any other AC concerns, questions, comments? All right, let's move on. All right, now, if you turn to page 24, you got a bunch of different shop supplies available through Corey. I want to focus on windshield real quick. So we have windshield washer solvent. That's the 61131. You can see that on the right. You guys would almost always use all season washer solvent. We have that product 61141 in 11-ounce bottles, and we have it in 5-gallon cubes. But on that, I was speaking to the first class and I asked them about windshield treatment. And they said that they do not use windshield treatment like I have pictured here, Aquapel. Why? What is there anything holding you guys back from offering windshield treatment to your customers?
Yes.
What's holding you back?
Not knowing about it, and then.
Well, if the ignorance is our only thing, let me share with you guys this. So let me go back to my screen. Out of everything, and this is, again, now this is the third product that I've shared with you today that is not made in California. This product is made in Pennsylvania. So this is a third-party product for us. Now, as you can see on the screen, on the bottom, there's a little felt pad, and you can see these little, what I call bat wings on the side. You squeeze those bat wings together, and a solution comes out of the foam pad, and you wipe it on the windshield, and you go around to the other side, you wipe it on. By this time it's dried. You can get a terry cloth rag and just like in circular motion, wipe it off, and it becomes a wax for the windshield. But the coolest part, and this is definitely for y'all because my wife learned this trick when we moved up to Colorado. This is my wife's by far her favorite product that I sell. This is, man, what the hell? This is no role-playing BS. I just got my wife 10 sticks. So we're doing her car, my daughter, she drives a Tiguan, my daughter drives a Tiguan, my youngest daughter drives a Beetle, and then our next door neighbors who we house sit for, they have 2 Jeeps. So we bought 10 sticks and we're doing everybody's cars. Okay, but anyway, this is her favorite one. What she does is she treats the side view mirrors, because when it snows, that stuff cakes up and your vision out of the side view mirrors gets really, bad. And if you put that Aquapel on and treat those little windows, when it snows, you'll still be able to see. She does her side mirror or side windows as well. So she does the windshield, the side, and the rear view. Man, it helps with visibility in the snow a shit load. It is very, very good. Also, I'm the guy that's always got to park my shit outside. So I sold my truck, so I don't have a vehicle right now. I'm waiting on getting a Bronco. But like when my truck was outside, scraping the ice off and stuff was so much easier when I had Aquapel on my windows. The effects of Aquapel will last about 3 or 4 months. And the more you don't run your car through an automated car wash, the longer it lasts. I like to offer Aquapel all the time, not just when I'm selling windshield wipers. That's obvious. But I just tell people, you want me to treat your windshield with Aquapel, you can, because it takes like 6 minutes. And you can charge somebody 20, 25 bucks. One stick of it costs like $3.50. I mean, it is a customer satisfaction, brilliant product. You guys ought to look at it. You are in snowy territory. So anyway, that's my windshield treatment speech. I'll get off my soapbox. I get really excited about that product because it just opened up people's minds of other stuff that we can offer. Questions, comments, concerns about product before I move on to warranty? Nope, we good? Okay, last product that I want to talk to and segue into warranty is our used car kits. Used car kits through us come with a 4-month, 4,000-mile warranty, and it's not in your booklet. It's a series of pour-ins that can treat your engine, fuel, coolant, power steering, and transmission. We also sell one with a syringe of Arctic Blast. You would get a 4-month, 4,000-mile coverage on any component that's inside your used car kit. There is a waiting period. The waiting period is 3 days and 150 miles. Now that is after the sale. So just, I know you know, but I want to go over just to make sure everybody knows. So say you PDI a car today, April 26th, and it goes onto the lot on Thursday the 28th, and then you sell it May 17th. My warranty doesn't kick in until the sale date. It's not when you put it into the car on used car kits, it's when you sell it. Then the car has to go 3 days and 150 miles, and then the warranty kicks in, okay? To process a claim, and I'm gonna go over the warranty in detail in a minute, but on my pre-owned, I'm going to need that bill of sale to do it. You'll have to send that to prove when the car was sold. So you would have to get the RO where it says that you use that product, and then the bill of sale as when the warranty began. Okay, now let me share my screen with you guys. I want to cover first the warranty on all of my fluid exchanges. Now, let me go over the catches first. First catch, vehicle's got to be 10 years old or newer and have 100,000 miles or fewer to get on the coverage, okay? Now, again, you want to customize that, you can get with Corey, you can do other things, but our mock warranty, this is how it works. 2 more catches. Vehicle's got to be 12,500 pounds or less, so we're talking passenger vehicles, and it cannot be a fleet vehicle. Now, let me take it off his share real quick. If Ted Johnson uses his Dodge truck for his plumbing business, and you write up the ticket, Ted Johnson, he gets a warranty. If you write it up, Ted Johnson's Plumbing, he don't. Okay, you get it? Next, let me go back to my screen. What was that?
That's like our warranty.
Oh, okay, cool.
For the customer.
No, cool. Okay, so every fluid exchange, the duration of the warranty is the same, 30,000 miles. There are no time limitations. So if a customer drives the mess out their car and they drive 30,000 miles in a year, their warranty is going to expire in a year. If they got a grandma who only goes to get groceries, twice a month, and she puts 3,000 miles on her vehicle a year, well, she's gonna get a warranty for a long time. It's just mileage based, not time. Last catch. There's a waiting period of 60 days and 750 miles before the warranty kicks in for fluid exchanges. Now, what that does is just protects you and I from some shenanigans of a dude knowing his tranny is slipping, comes in, gets a service, knowing that it's a way to get free money. But that waiting period is just on the initial service. So what I mean is, if somebody does a coolant exchange at 72,000 miles, their warranty would run out at 102. It wouldn't start until 72,750 miles. But if they were to do another one at 102,000 miles to extend that warranty, there would be no wait period on any of the subsequent coolant exchanges. Any questions about the exclusions before I move on? Okay, let me go back to my screen. All right, there are two tiers of coverage. The first tier that I want to cover with you is the most common, okay? If the vehicle has fewer than 100,000 miles, the customer gets $2,000 of coverage. If the vehicle has fewer than 50,000 miles, that warranty doubles to $4,000 of coverage. Let me share with you really why this is important. Say a customer does their first brake fluid exchange at 39,000 miles. Their warranty goes from 39 to 69. If they do another one at 69, it goes to 99. That process can go on forever. Just the first service has to be done before 100. But watch this. If they do it at 39, then 69, then 99, they get to keep that $4,000 level of service. So it gives the customer a little incentive to not miss a service. The second part that I want to share with you guys about the tiers is this. If you guys currently offer a service at like 60,000 miles, so we'll say at Dodge, you do a tranny service, tranny fluid exchange at 60K. You should offer that service at 48,000 miles so the customer can maximize their warranty coverage. Why wait 10,000 miles if the customer is going to keep their car? Why put off till tomorrow what you could do today and maximize that coverage? That gives the customer a little incentive to do these services maybe a little earlier than they're accustomed to. Any questions about the tiers? All right, let me go back sharing my screen. Remember, you got to use our product and our fluids to maximize your transmission coverage. If you use one or the other, you only get half of coverage. Next, all claims can be handled locally. You and your customers don't have to call India. You don't have to call Indiana. Just deal with Corey. Let him walk you through the process. The reason, we want to make sure that we submit all of the information to Moc properly one time. Because if you send some information that isn't right, sometimes your claim can be denied and things can get messed up. So send everything to Corey first, and then we'll send it to Moc. So you are talking to people who work with you to make sure that your warranty claims are processed correctly and quickly. Next, we go back. Do we ask for fluid samples to make a claim? Nope. Do we send out engineers? Nope. Here's what we need. You sell a coolant service today. On it, it's going to have an opcode that's tied to one of Corey's parts, or it's going to list the part number 6012 for a brake fluid exchange, or say Moc VRK. Print out that RO and take a picture of it with your phone. Take a picture of the current RO where it says, customer comes in, says they hear a squeaking from their front end with an estimate of what you want us to cover. Take a picture of those documents, send them to Corey, okay? He's gonna help you put all of it in a package. We'll email it to California. Give them about an hour. Within an hour, they're gonna email you authorization. Yep, fix it. Once you fix it, you take a picture of the RO that says that the brake caliper was replaced, a signed RO, you take a picture of that, send it to Moc, and they cut a check back to you. Again, they don't ask for fluid samples, they don't send out an engineer. The only evidence they need is a copy of those ROs and your word that it wasn't broken when it got there. So any questions about the process?
No.
All right, next. What does it cover? It covers all mechanically lubricated parts. What it does not cover are wear and tear items and leaky lines and hoses. There are just a couple of other exclusions I'll go over in a minute. Now, doesn't cover hoses. Watch this. If you have a radiator claim and you write up radiator $600, radiator hose $75, they're not going to cover the radiator hose because radiator hoses aren't covered. So just bump up the price of your radiator a little bit so you can get more coverage. Again, you got $2,000 to work with, so work with it. If you write it up as a radiator hose, you're not going to get coverage. So just watch what you put on the estimate. Also, it's for one incident. The warranty is for one incident. So customer comes in 6 months later, or they do a fluid exchange 6 months later, they have a repair and it's $1,200. It's covered, you get a check. What they should do that day is repeat that service on that RO, which starts the warranty coverage over again. So they don't miss out, okay? Now they don't have to do that, but if they want to extend that warranty, they can either do it that day or before the 30,000 mile warranty runs out to renew that coverage. Any questions about what's covered and what's not covered?
So
Right.
if it runs out, do they have to do that initial wait time again from that first claim that they do?
Yep. Yeah. So I'll give you a good example. Customer comes in, they do a fluid exchange at 47,000 miles, and at 87, they choose not to do it, but at 99,000 miles, they do it. It would just be like it was the first time. They'd have to do 60 days, 750 mile waiting period. And it would be at that $2,000 of coverage. If somebody lapses, the only thing we gotta make them aware of is after 100,000 miles, you can't miss your intervals or the warranty is no longer available. So as your customers' vehicles age, we really gotta watch it. Yes, sir?
He's asking about, say they do a coolant flush at 47,000 and at 60,000 the radiator goes. So they file a claim and, you know, warranty pays for the radiator. So if they do a flush right then when that new radiator goes in, is there a waiting period then?
Oh, no waiting period then. You use it right then. You could leave right then and something else blow up and just turn your ass right around. Yeah, that's what you should do because that gives you no gap. That is no gap coverage. That's exactly what we want to do. So absolutely, that's the best way to do it. Okay. Next. Okay, that's your fluid exchanges. 30,000 mile warranty, any mechanically lubricated part, 60 days, 750, $4,000, $2,000. Now watch this. We got our fuel warranty. It lasts 15,000 miles and it covers fuel pumps and fuel injectors. Now, with that being said, we gotta make sure our fuel program either offers a service every 15K, or what's more common is we do a fuel injector or a fuel induction service every 20 or 30,000 miles. In the middle of that service, or those two services, just offer a bottle of our enhanced product. With selling just enhanced to a customer, it can extend that warranty another 15,000 miles. So you would do a big service, say at 30,000 miles, you do an induction service for $229. At 45,000 mile interval, just sell them an enhanced for 45 bucks. Then 15,000 miles later, do that big service again. So it goes big service, little bottle, big service, little bottle. So the customer can perpetually be on our warranty at a slightly smaller investment. That's how you ought to do your fuel program. Any questions about the fuel warranty and program? All right, next. You have our oil warranty. It lasts 10,000 miles and it covers any internal lubricated part. And if you're using our advanced engine treatment and our engine advantage plan that does multi-clean max, the coverage jumps to $6,000 and $3,000. So if you use that as a two-part kit, the customer can get $6,000 of coverage. And our three-part Engine Advantage plan has a tank additive where you could get a $6,000 warranty on your fuel components as well. So Engine Advantage plan, I heard y'all have some of those products. It's the very best we do. Now remember, how can the warranty be renewed? By doing the services again. So it should become a retention tool for you guys. Recap. Used car kit, 3-day, 150,000 or 150-mile waiting period. Coverage is 4 months or 4,000 miles, $2,500 of coverage on any of those parts that's with it. On our regular warranty, the waiting period is 60 days, 750 miles. The fluid exchange warranty lasts 30,000 miles. The length of the fuel warranty is 15,000 miles. And the fuel warranty covers fuel pumps and fuel injectors. Now, how I like to use this warranty. These are our old brochures, but Corey can give you some new ones. When you sell one of my services that qualifies for the warranty, what I'd like for you to do is just say, for instance, brake fluid. You get down here, circle brake like 3 or 4 times, and then just write in with a pen, warranty ends at 68,465 miles, whatever 30,000 miles is. Give it to them and say, hey, Mr. Customer, throw this in your glove compartment. If you ever have problems with your brakes, you might have some coverage. Don't let people leave your facility that invested with you and get this complimentary warranty and not tell them anything. You are not doing a customer a service by keeping this a secret. Let me give you the example that I share with people all across the country. Say you got a soccer mom who's got her Durango and she does a coolant exchange. And for soccer, they drive all the way to Billings. And in Billings, they break down. And that lady strokes a check for $1,000 for something that Moc would have paid for because you didn't tell her that she had coverage. Are you really doing that lady a service by not telling her? You're not. Don't keep this a secret. Now, if you want to use it to sell more product, and I'm not condoning it. If you want to sell more product, sell it. If you don't, don't. But if you do, I like to use the warranty as a way to overcome objections. So I'm doing my pitch. And we've worked on the pitches. I'm not sure if you two guys did my success cycle class, but if you work with your pitch and you say, hey, coolant exchange today, it's $189. We can have it done by 2 o'clock. All I need your authorization. And the lady says, man, $189 just sounds a little too steep. You say, ma'am, money is always a concern, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't share with you this. By taking advantage of this service today, you qualify for a 30,000-mile warranty of up to $2,000 of coverage for essentially anything your coolant touches. For instance, if your water pump needed to be replaced right now in your Durango at 72,000 miles, it would be all on you, like $1,200. If you do this coolant service and it breaks down in the next 30,000 miles, it won't cost you anything. See, that's the kind of bill I'm trying to help you avoid, man. See, that warranty brings so much value to your customers. If somebody says, man, I ain't got time for that today, you can say, look, by taking advantage of this today, you get this warranty. Now watch this. What if somebody says, well, can't I just do that next time? Well, you can't guarantee that next time this warranty is even going to be available. Here's why. What if y'all got a new general manager and they kicked old Corey out to the curb and you got to use Mopar fluid and Mopar products? Well, Mopar products don't come with this warranty. That's why by taking advantage of this today is the way to pitch it. If you want to use it to sell more product. One more thing. This is available to you. We have these templates. I urge you to put your name dead on the warranty. Make it your warranty. Remember, I never want Moc to be the reason that somebody comes to a store in Liberty. Those are your customers, man. We don't want to be the heroes behind the warranty. We just want to be the checkbook. Put your name on it. Put your colors on it. Keep the rest of the information the same. But if you own the warranty and you pitch it as your warranty, it is going to be more valuable to your customers. Finally, AC. Unless you have an agreement with Corey, there's no AC coverage. What I do with my customers, I do AC evap with Arctic Blast. I give them a 30,000-mile warranty on their compressor. Brake fluid covers anything brake fluid touches except leaky lines. Coolant covers anything coolant touches except hoses, thermostats, and expansion tanks. Differential covers any internal lubricated part. Engine warranty, any internal lubricated part. So we're not talking gaskets. Transmission, any internal lubricated part. And I want to remind you one more time, assistance. Do not use the word coverage. $2,000 will not cover the cost of a transmission replacement. We are assisting with that. Power steering covers power steering pump and rack, and fuel covers fuel pumps and fuel injectors. Here is a copy of the estimate form. You can get this from Corey on what to write in to submit your claim. What questions about my warranty do you have?
So the customer, we do the mock thing, and then they go to Billings, Montana for their soccer game with their Durango that blew out how do we get them coverage for it?
Yeah, man, good question. So say it's during business hours, because this is the easiest one. They have a brochure, if you've given it to them. In the brochure, it says how to make a claim. So they can turn in the work to Moc. But see, the thing is, they're not going to have their RO. Nobody keeps all their service history. So what you could do is get them to send you the current RO that says customer smells coolant. You can print out the RO from 6 months ago that says the coolant exchange was done, along with an estimate, that estimate form of what they want to get repaired. I'd make them do the estimate form. Send that to Corey. We'll get it to California, and we would cut that dealership a check. Now watch this. What if she breaks down Saturday evening and she goes to a mom and pop store on Sunday? They replace their her radiator with one that they bought at AutoZone. She spends $1,900 getting, mugged by some dude in Billings, and calls you crying on Monday saying, I know I did this service. I knew I had coverage, but I didn't know what to do, and I had to get my vehicle fixed. If you get that receipt, along with, again, that RO and your RO, we'll cut her a check back. That's no shit. I've done that. So it's not a joke. The warranty is absolutely the best out of all of the people I've talked to, and I've talked to tens of thousands of people about it. No warranty coverage is easier to use than mine. It's the easiest. What are the questions y'all got about the warranty? Do you think it's valuable to your customer? Do you think they would like to know if they invest $150 on a brake fluid exchange that they get $4,000 of coverage? Do you think they'd like that?
They would, but a lot of our customers we see, I'd say 65 to 75% of them, we're already at the 120,000 mile mark. I mean, a lot of these guys are.
No, we got high mileage vehicles already on the road. What can we do about it? Let me share with you what I did about it. So what I did, and I can't remember if this class or earlier, but what I did for one of my dealer groups in Colorado that has the same concern, because some areas are just that way, like they're very industrial and dudes keep their vehicles for a long time. I get that. So what we did was we added $4 to the price of a bottle of brake fluid, and I extended my thing from 100 to 200,000 miles. So now if you begin the program before 200,000 miles, the customer can get a warranty. It's fully customizable with Corey. Now, those claims wouldn't go through Moc corporate. They would all kind of run through his distributorship, but that's between you and he. If you were my customer, I would say, let's do it. What products, what are you thinking we could sell? All it is for me is a numbers game. I'm predicting how many we can sell to how many claims we have. I'm very aggressive with it. And I'll be honest with you, when I actually wrote some of this coverage. Okay. Like, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. When I went to my owner, man, it's been like a decade ago, 8 years ago, something like that. 8 years ago, I rewrote the Moc coverage. We were selling $600,000 of stuff a month. And last month in March, we sold 3.2 million. Is it just because of the warranty? No, I'm not. I mean, like, I wear glasses, but I ain't Harry Potter. I'm not a magician, but it sure as hell helped. Now we have claims every month. We do. I processed, let's see, we did like 32,000. So like we had like 16 claims last quarter. So, you know, a claim every 4 days, you know, come through my system. And I sell a shitload of product. So I stand behind it. It absolutely works. If you do the pitch, if you use the warranty as a way to overcome objections, you'll sell more, Corey will sell more, the customer will be happy, everybody wins. It's a win, win, win. And it continues to pile up wins. What other questions y'all got? And are y'all doing the used car stuff now? Are y'all currently doing it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not yet. no.
Yeah, used car kits, what I like to do is I put little green stickers, just sticker like the size of a nickel. I put a little green sticker on every car that has it. So the salesperson know that it's not as is, it has a warranty on it. And what I do is I get with the sales department and I say, if this F-150 had 97,000 miles and this F-150 had 97,000 miles, they were both the same trim. This one was $500 more and it comes with a warranty, and this one is $500 less and it doesn't. Which one would you sell first? They always point to the one with a warranty. There's a lot of value in not selling a car as is. So that's an easy one. So y'all ought to do used car kits immediately. I mean, it's just a super win. Goes on to the cost of the car. But again, like I don't do it dollar for dollar. I don't. I raise it when I do a program at the dealership, I raise the cost of the car $500. I do. The kit to use is going to be $75. You can mark it up to service or yourself or whatever and like divide up the money however you want, but it is worth $500. I see it all the time. So anyway, that's just, I'm real passionate about the pre-owned kit. I'm very good at pitching it. What other questions y'all got about warranty or product or anything before we bounce? Got anything? Corey, got anything you want me to cover?
No, I think we're good.
Awesome, man. Well, I guess that's it. I'm gonna go grab me a hamburger from downstairs. If you need something, you can reach out to Corey. You can always reach out to me. If y'all want some more training, role-playing session where we pitch, brake jobs, we pitch everything to, work on your speech, make it more fluid. Just let me know what you need. I'm here for you. Corey, I'll be in touch. If you need something, give me a buzz. Okay, dude?
Sounds good. Yeah, if you could shoot that link over for that when you get a chance on that.
No doubt. Yep. It'll take a little bit to process and I'll send it to you.
Yep, sounds good. I'll be in touch and we'll get some other stuff set up.
Thanks, dude. Y'all have a great day. Peace.
Hey, Mitch.